Poland surprises people because many travelers arrive expecting one thing and leave talking about something completely different. Storybook cities, mountain landscapes, castles, colorful old towns, and places that feel far more magical than people expect. Most people only see a small part of Poland, and that's where they miss the real wonder, the depth, the variety, the unexpected beauty that exists in places they never thought to visit. Poland isn't just one kind of destination. It's medieval streets, dramatic mountain scenery, historic cities, and quiet landscapes many travelers never even hear about. And that's what makes it so unexpected, because Poland doesn't fit into a single story. It shifts, changes, reveals new sides depending on where you go. If you enjoy discovering places beyond the usual tourist version, make sure you're subscribed. We explore destinations a little differently here. We look deeper, beyond the surface, into the layers that make a place truly memorable. Krakow. Start in Krakow, and immediately, Poland feels different. Cobblestone streets, church towers, Europe's largest medieval market square. At first, it feels elegant, historic, almost cinematic, like walking through centuries of preserved beauty. But what surprises people is how alive it feels. Street musicians, cafes spilling into old squares, university students filling the streets. A city filled with history that still feels youthful, still vibrant, still evolving. And then there's Wawel Castle rising above the river. Dragon legends beneath it, royal chambers inside. This is where Poland starts feeling like a fairy tale. Not manufactured, not theme park perfect, but genuinely storybook in the way old European cities can be, with layers of kings and legends and architecture that shaped nations. Walk through Kazimierz, the old Jewish quarter. Narrow streets, art galleries, hidden courtyards. A neighborhood with deep history, now buzzing with creativity. And that combination, history meeting modern energy, defines Krakow. But Krakow is only one side of Poland, Warsaw. Then everything changes. Warsaw feels different, bolder, faster, more modern. Glass towers rising beside rebuilt old streets. And that contrast is what makes it interesting, because Warsaw isn't trying to be Krakow. It has its own energy, its own story. A city shaped by history, shaped by destruction, but constantly reinventing itself. The old town was rebuilt after World War II, brick by brick, from photographs and memories. And now it stands, a UNESCO site, proof of resilience, but step beyond it. And Warsaw shows its modern side, sleek architecture, international businesses, creative districts like Prague emerging, street art, industrial spaces turned cultural. And suddenly Poland feels much bigger than expected, more complex, more layered, a country that honors its past while building something new. But the real surprise may be beyond the cities. Zakopane and Tatra Mountains. Head south, toward Zakopane, and Poland changes again. Now it feels alpine, wooden chalets, mountain trails, snow in winter, wildflower valleys in summer. The Tatra Mountains feel like a completely different country. And this is where people realize Poland is far more scenic than they imagined. Lakes, peaks, mountain villages tucked into valleys, hiking routes that stretch for days, cable cars lifting you to panoramic viewpoints. It feels rawer, wilder, and far less talked about than places in the Alps. That's part of the magic. No overcrowding, no overwhelming tourism infrastructure. Just mountains that feel untouched, authentic, still belonging to locals who've lived here for generations. Zakopane itself has its own character, a mountain town with traditional wooden architecture, Goral culture, Highlander traditions, still alive in music and festivals. And in winter, it transforms into Poland's ski capital. In summer, a base for trekking into some of Europe's most dramatic landscapes. The contrast is striking, from medieval cities to alpine peaks, all within a few hours. Quick question: would you rather explore Poland's old cities or the mountains of Zakopane? Let me know in the comments. But Poland still has another side most travelers overlook: Malbork and castles. Then there are the castles. And this changes the story again. Malbork Castle, one of the largest castles in the world. Massive brick walls, towers, courtyards spreading across acres. Built by the Teutonic Knights, a fortress, a palace, a symbol of medieval power. It doesn't feel like something many people associate with Poland, and yet it's here. Towering over the Nogat River, still imposing after centuries. This is where Poland starts feeling legendary. Like history isn't something preserved in museums. It surrounds you. Towers you can climb, halls you can walk through, stories etched into stone. And it's not just Malbork. Across Poland, castles appear in unexpected places. Ruins on hilltops, restored palaces, each with its own tale of knights and kings and battles. Places that add drama to the landscape and depth to the experience. But Poland isn't only old-world beauty, lakes and nature. Then head north to the Masurian Lake District, and everything slows. Water everywhere, forests, quiet villages, sailing routes through hundreds of lakes, interconnected waterways, highlands to explore, beaches tucked into pine forests. This is a side of Poland many people never imagine. Peaceful, open, almost hidden from the usual travel conversation. In summer, it becomes a sailing paradise. Boats gliding between lakes, kayaking through narrow channels, fishing villages where time seems slower. In winter, frozen lakes stretch for miles, cross-country skiing, ice fishing, a quietness that feels rare. And it adds another layer to the country, a contrast to the cities and mountains, a place where Poland feels untouched, natural, serene. And then there's something else people don't expect Poland to do so well: food plus culture. The food, pierogi, dumplings filled with potato, cheese, meat, or fruit. Comfort in every bite. Warm soups, surek, sour rye soup with sausage. Barsas, beet soup that warms you from the inside. Traditional dishes passed down through generations. Local bakeries filling streets with the smell of fresh bread. Paczki, polished donuts, rich and indulgent. Cozy cafes serving cake and coffee. Szarlaka, apple pie, simple but perfect. And like many of Europe's most memorable places, food here feels rooted, comforting, personal, connected to seasons and traditions. And it adds warmth to everything else. Then there's the culture. Music festivals in summer, Christmas markets in winter, glowing with lights and handmade crafts. Folk traditions still celebrated in villages, colorful costumes, regional dances. A sense of tradition that still feels alive, not performed for tourists, but lived, practiced, passed on. And that stays with people, long after they leave. So what makes Poland so memorable? It's the contrast. Fairy tale cities where every corner feels storybook perfect. Modern capitals pushing forward with energy and ambition. Mountain landscapes that rival anywhere in Europe. Castles that feel pulled from legends. Quiet lakes where the world falls away. Forests and trails and villages that feel undiscovered. All inside one country many travelers underestimate. But once you actually move through it, you realize Poland isn't just beautiful. It's layered. Shaped by history, both triumphant and tragic. Rebuilt, reimagined, still evolving. And that's why Poland isn't just what you expect. It's more than that. It's a place that shifts depending on where you go, who you meet, what you choose to explore. A destination that rewards curiosity, that surprises travelers willing to look deeper, to move beyond assumptions. If you enjoy exploring places like this in a different way, make sure to subscribe. There's a lot more coming. More hidden corners, more unexpected stories, more places that don't fit the usual travel narrative. And let me know in the comments, what part of Poland would you want to experience most? The medieval streets of Kraków? The alpine beauty of Zakopane? The legendary castles? Or the quiet lakes of Masuria? Because Poland has something for every kind of traveler. And it's waiting to surprise you too.